Hey everybody, welcome to Your Music Sucks. I'm Brian Bowden. That is my good friend Craig Gass from Sex and the City. Hi, Craig.
I'm grateful for that TV credit. How are you, Brian?
I'm good.
Yeah, what's going
Tom, Tom started the thing right was as I was like taking a hit and like getting ready to take a drink, and then like my throat did a thing, and and I was really holding on there for a second. I didn't think I'd get through.
That would have been great if we started out with you coughing to death. Like, well, not to death, but like coughing and being entertaining before you die.
Yeah, that would have been a shitty episode, but at
Like,
least it would have been documented. You know
yeah,
that I'm convinced that if I die on a Thursday, I'm not going to be found until like Sunday or Monday. Like probably
really.
Monday. Yeah, like I'm going to stink. Yeah, like it's a thing. Yeah.
You know, comedians will absolutely see the humor in their demise or in their death, and comedians are always talking about funny ways that they could go out. Like, wouldn't it be funny if I died doing this? Like, they can see the humor in it all the time. You know, uh,
Mm.
I had a health scare when I was in Honolulu a couple weeks ago, and was wearing a T-shirt from my favorite sandwich shop in Tucson called EG's, and I just thought, oh, that would be appropriate if I died in this shirt. Like that would just be perfect. It would
Dude,
be
I think about that. Like if I die, what shirt am I going to die in?
really
Yeah, oh yeah. Oh
no.
yeah, let's say like I just need to run to the store, right? And I'm just wearing like one of the shirts that I wear around the house with my guts hanging out, and I just put on a sweatshirt and head to the store, you know, and then I die in that shirt, and they're like, "What the fuck was this dude wearing with his gut hanging out? Why is his gut hanging out?"
Do you think about wearing clean underwear and stuff like that?
Yeah, well, I'm always pretty clean in the underwear department. I'm pretty good with that.
I will say this: Brian and I have traveled a lot over the years, and he's always far and away the cleanest guy. Like he is the one that every time I pull over for something, he's like, "All right, Craig, you done with these cups? You done with this?
Yeah,
Can I throw this out?" Like I'm
I'm
like,
just gonna tidy up the room before we sit down and watch TV. Yeah,
"Oh yeah, even in the room, yeah." Brian's a good dad. He's a good dad. He's
thank you very
always
much.
cleaning up. Yeah, you're always taking at least 1 or 2 showers a day, and dude, yeah, you're a very clean dude. That is for sure. I
Thank you
have
very much.
I have a little bit of a bone to pick with you, Brian.
Go ahead.
We've been doing this. We're 31 episodes in, maybe 32 episodes,
Uh-huh.
and every time we do this, I started like we've been kind of tweaking like how do we get people to get turned on to this thing, and the idea of this, Your Music Sucks, is Brian and I are best friends. We love each other. We just don't see eye to eye when it comes to music. So once a week, we send each other one of our favorite songs and we critique it. And I realized near the beginning of this that we should probably, to launch this, we should just focus on the biggest bands. Because even though I don't understand Fish, I don't get it. I don't understand the Grateful Dead. I don't understand how anybody could like it. I know that there are millions of people that will disagree with me because Fish and Grateful Dead are massive bands. They are, I can't deny that. I just don't understand why. I know there's a lot of people like me who don't understand why. And I kept thinking that every week, if I send you an artist, even though you don't know who they are, there's a lot of people who love Iron Maiden. There's a lot of people who love Kiss. There's a lot of people who love these like huge rock bands, even though you don't know who they are. And so I thought we should just stick to big artists. And every week you're sending me people. I'm like, who are these people? And I'm like, oh, I guess I don't know it. But now I'm actually starting to look at their social media. You sent me an artist called Spafford. And I was like, who the fuck is Spafford? I go, oh, they must be. And I'm like, no, they're not. They got like 5,000 Twitter followers, which is a lot of Twitter followers for your average Joe. It's just not a lot. Like
No, it's not.
I have 3 times as many Twitter followers as Spafford does. I think I have more Facebook followers. No, maybe I don't have more Facebook followers, but I have no idea who the fuck Spafford is. But they're not a huge band. Every week I've been saying if it's not a huge band, it should be a huge song. And you
There's
sent
not, and that's the thing. There's not a lot of huge bands in the genre of music that I listen to. That's the
true,
thing.
true.
You know, there's not. I can't sing you something that doesn't exist, Craig. I can't just invent a goddamn jam band that's world renowned fucking send you the goddamn hit single, because there are no hit singles in the jam band world. You don't hear this music on the radio. And that's why like that's why it's so different. That's why when you get a band called Spafford, they only have 500 followers. It doesn't
But
mean the
you
music
could
is
send
bad.
me. You love hip hop, and even though I don't know anything about Jay-Z, well, I know like a little bit about Jay-Z, but you sent me like Biggie Smalls, who I know has a huge following. Even though, again, I don't know shit about it, I'll review it, and I know that there is a huge audience that wants to disagree with me or even take issue with me about whatever my point of view of listening to that for the first time is. So it could be a hip hop artist. It could be anybody. That's just as long as they're a huge artist.
All right, I will start sending you more huge artists.
Or huge songs. Like
I
a
will
song,
start.
the
I will
song.
start sending you more huge artists.
All
There
right.
are no huge songs.
There are no huge songs. The song that I sent you was a really, really popular song on MTV and a huge song for that genre of music. But does Spafford song have any like personal, strong connection as to why you sent it to me?
Yo, man, I just really like this song. I just really like the vibe of this song. It's got like a nice beat to it. It's hammy jammy. Matter of fact, I just kind of discovered this band. Started listening to them a bunch. Like, I started listening to these dudes. Like, I started doing I had to go to like Saratoga area like 3 or 4 weeks in a row,
Yeah.
and on the road, I just started listening to these guys' shows. And I think I texted you and I said, Craig, I have a band that you are going to absolutely fucking hate. And this is the band. And this is the band. But this is probably their biggest song.
Really, I don't hate them. I actually love the song. I just was going, who the fuck is Spafford? I don't know. I I just know that every week I keep telling you, like, dude, big bands, big songs. You're like, all right, Spafford. And I'm like, who? Fucking
It's
Spafford.
big to me. It's big to me.
Well, let's get into it, man. Spafford is the band you sent me. And it was a song called, hang on, Leave the Lights On, right?
Yeah.
And I thought it was a cover of, I don't even know who the artist is. You can leave the light on. And I don't know who that is. But it's like, I think it's a song from the 80s. Like
Take off your hat and
yes.
throw it over there.
Yes, exactly. And I got to say, as soon
that
as
was
the song
Joe Cocker.
was it? Oh, yeah, it is. It's Joe Cocker. Right. Oh, shit.
And Tom Jones.
Dude, there's a comedian named Dennis Blair. He was the opener for Rodney Dangerfield. I met him when he was opening for George Carlin 30 years ago. I guess longer than that. Fuck, 35 years ago. And Dennis Blair had this great joke that he would do about, he would do an impression of Joe Cocker, and he'd go, what's Joe Cocker's biggest song? You are so beautiful. Joe Cocker in An Earthquake. Like, it was the dumbest joke. He would shake and fucking have like seizures singing like Joe Cocker does. And then he'd do Joe Cocker in An Earthquake. You know what? That joke just bombed to my audience of one. God damn. But it was a fucking great joke.
I didn't get it.
Yeah. I don't know.
Your audience.
I'm literally.
Oh no! Did he cut out? Or did I cut out? Somebody's gone. I'm gone. Is he gone?
Can you not
see?
see?
Is gone. Can't be me. I'm not on the internet.
You can't see me?
No. It's Craig. Craig's gone. Craig left.
Can you hear me?
Now I can. Now I can.
Wow. Did the video cut out when I was doing Joe Cocker?
No, the video cut out as you were like, "Oh, I bombed," and then it fucking cut out. I'm like, "Oh shit, Craig really took that fucking joke seriously."
Can you imagine? I get so butthurt that I fucking sign off. Have you ever been around a comic that you thought, hey man, we're comics, we're hanging out, and then they get super sensitive and you didn't expect it to happen?
Probably, yeah. Yeah.
I do remember one comedian, this probably is not the same thing. I remember doing a show at the Brea Improv, and the host came in and said, hey guys, I'm hosting the show tonight. You guys want to give me your intros? And everybody started yelling out funny shit like, just say, here's the guy who won Best Buns of Santa Monica 2018. Yeah, just tell him that I was in the new Star Wars, and everybody's laughing. Yeah, tell him this. And there was one comedian, I won't say his name, but he's a somewhat well-known comedian. They were all laughing, and I heard him pull him aside and go, I was in a movie called 10 Things I Hate About You. And I was like, oh, fuck. And he was dead serious about it. It's like everyone's laughing about it, but he was in front of a crowd of maybe 100 people that night. He wanted his correct credits to be said up there. Anyways,
that's very funny.
I hope this doesn't cut out again, but I have this song by Spafford. It's called Leave the Lights On. Here's the crazy thing. As soon as the song started, I fucking loved it. I love the vibe. I love the energy of the song. I listened to it a couple of times. It's actually one of the most pleasant songs you've ever sent me. It is impossible to not like this song. It's just an enjoyable song. It's not too soft where it's cheesy. It's just like a cool vibe. I really was surprised the song. And the lyrics, I didn't have like, the lyrics didn't bother me, but there's a mystery. There's a mystery. Well, first of all, Brian, you sent me a band that is so unknown. There's not even fucking lyrics of their songs, dude. I tried to find lyrics. I usually go to Genius.
Man, Google has like, can we give these guys a little credit?
Google,
I'm on Google lyrics right now.
Look, there's no question they are a cool band. There's no question this song is great. I'm just saying they're not that big. And yes, if they're watching, you deserve to be bigger because this song that I heard, the first song I heard from you, Leave the Lights On, is cool. I was just trying to analyze where he says, 5 years have passed us by, not one without you on my mind. That is not as romantic as he thinks it is.
Yeah, it sounds a little creepy, a little bit.
But I think usually the line would be, there's not a day that's gone by that I haven't thought of you. But he says, 5 years gone by, not one of those years without you on my mind. I was like, all right, well, that's every 365 days. Like, oh, remember that bitch Gina? Oh, but
Gina.
He says, your face is all I dream of. It's so cold at night. I pretend that it's all right. All right, sounds like he's trying to get over this girl, but I keep your candle burning in the window. And then it keeps going back to the chorus, which is, leave the light on for me, lady, so in the darkness I can find my way home. Leave your light on for me, lady. So let me know that I'm not alone. It's been 10 years now since I struck that rich man down and he tried to take you for his own. Now I'm wondering about what this hostage situation is going on between him and Gina. I'm naming her Gina. Can you see my light? I pray that it guides you home tonight because I'm tired of sleeping all alone. So that is human trafficking, right?
I think
it's about I don't know, but now I'm concerned about this girl who I've named Gina. I don't know what her real name is, but there's a mystery. I wasn't annoyed by it. Like there's some songs you send me that I'll be like, oh my God, someone got sexually assaulted. But this is like a Dateline episode. This is like a 48 hours episode, which is my favorite TV show, by the way.
I love Dateline. Yeah, you're a Dateline.
I love it. Dude, when you're watching Dateline and they go, when we come back, guess who showed up in the courtroom? And I'm like, oh, fuck. And I got to go get some chocolate milk. I got 2 minutes to get some chocolate milk and get ready and just find out who showed up in the courtroom to testify. So that's what this song kind of, I know. I like that there's this mystery going on in this song. And you know what? It could be about heroin. I mean, it might not even be about a girl. It might be,
it could be about a number of things.
Yeah, it could be when he says, it could be a euphemism. Like he's writing about a girl, but the girl could be anything. But it sounds
like, it's like a new age Tony Orlando fucking song.
Yeah,
Tony Orlando is all about sending signs. It's like, knock 3 times on the ceiling if you want me, twice on the pipe if the answer is no, and then tie yellow ribbon around the old oak trees. Like, just leave a candle in the window.
Wow, that's a great point. Yeah, so it could be about sex trafficking. I don't know, but the bottom line is that it's a really enjoyable song. It was a surprisingly enjoyable song from a band that no one has ever heard of. No one may ever hear about them. And the 50 people watching this right now are not going to help make them any bigger. But I give Spafford A 4 out of a 5.
Nice. They also have a song called Electric Taco Stand.
You know what? I want to hear Electric Taco Stand. I just don't want to talk about it on this
Well, I
podcast.
tell you what, when they blow up and become a worldwide sensation, I'll send and they meet the criteria. I'll send you Electric Taco Stand.
You know what's funny? Spafford, if anyone in Spafford is watching this, they'll be looking at this going, motherfucker, you have 9 views on YouTube. Go
Yeah, it's like, what do you two doing, you fucks?
Yeah, you piece of shit.
You and your music sucks, and it's my music.
You're talking about my band, you piece of shit.
You piece of shit.
All right, Spafford. I'm sorry, Spafford. Mr. and Mrs. Spafford, my apologies.
Well, you sent me a song by a band called Slaughter called Fly to the Angels.
And the question,
yes.
Have you heard the song?
I've never heard this song, but I have heard of the band Slaughter. I have heard of Slaughter.
Never heard this song? Wow.
I've never heard this song.
All right.
And when I turned it on, I said, all right, Slaughter, this is gonna be some crazy shit. And this was everything but the craziest shit I've ever heard in my life. It's not like a ballad. I thought you were punking me. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? What is this fucking weak ass shit for this band called Slaughter? What is this? What are we doing? And then I felt like I should have hated this song, but the more I listened to it, like the more it kind of grew on me, right? And it was like I wanted to fucking like at first I'm like I wanted to fucking pull my hair out because the music video that you sent me reminded me of Top Gun, and I fucking hate that movie. So I just had like, so I started to hate the song just because I hated Maverick and Top Gun, and then I had to put that aside. And then once I started just listening to it and like doing stuff around the house, you know, it really grew on me. I can't say that I completely love this song. I don't hate this song, but I definitely got into it. So when I went back and looked at the lyrics, I was like, oh, like listening to it, it's like, oh, this is a cool little song about this dude and this chick, and he's trying to get over this chick. But then when you go back to the lyrics, he's like, he says shit like, fly to the angel, heaven waits your heart, and the flowers bloom in your name. And I'm like, oh, this bitch is dead. And then it made the song sad. But then he does a lot of oohs and ahs at the end, and I like that part. So it brought me back. I love a song with an ooh and an ah in it. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So on a scale of 1 to 5, what would you give this song?
I mean, I'll give it a solid 3. I'll give it a 3. I think 4 and above is something I'll listen to on my own. I don't think I'll ever listen to this on my own, but I wouldn't hate it if I heard it again.
But it grew on you every time you listened to it.
It did. It did a little bit.
Well, this song, the reason I picked this song is because last night I opened for Slaughter in Las Vegas. I hit up their singer to there's a backstory with the band. Like in the 80s and 90s, there's all these bands that had crazy reputations for being like, you know, whatever, drugs, sex. It was the 80s. It was excess. This band had a reputation for being nice guys who were accessible, whereas it was so hard. Like people wanted to meet their favorite artists, and you couldn't. It was so hard to figure out how to meet somebody. Slaughter always put it out there that they were, if you want to hang out with them, they were always near their bus after the shows, and they were accessible. And over the years, there were so many people who would say, oh man, yeah, the guy Slaughter, dude, those guys are my friends. Yeah, I'm friends with them. Like so many people had met them and hung out with them. They all thought that Slaughter was their friends. And what was interesting about it is that all those people who felt like they were friends with Slaughter, when Slaughter put out anything new, it's like, I got to go support my friends. And then they wanted to buy their new thing. It was amazing. Taylor Swift did the same thing for the first 5-10 years where she said, I must have shaken hands with millions of people in 10 years. It's just every night I wanted to go and be accessible and meet people and talk to everybody and be their friends. And everyone, she built a fan base of people who were like, oh man, that's my girl. I'm gonna support her. And
I like that Taylor Swift stole Slaughter's business model.
Yeah.
For customer acquisition.
Yeah. And they were always this, they built this fan base by doing that. And it's something that I learned a lot from, but their singer, Mark Slaughter, has always been really supportive of me. and always been really cool. And they were going to play in Vegas. I just got back into Vegas, and I texted him and said, "Hey, I want to come out to the show." And he was like, "Hey, man, do you want to come up on stage and do some time?" And I was like, "I would love to do some time." So I got to go up on stage, and they had a packed house. I think the room holds like 1,000 people, and it was sold out. And they let me go up on stage and do something, and I love that dude. I love that band. And that song is their most popular song, arguably next to another one that was a big hit called Up All Night. Do you remember a song called Up All Night?
It played after this song.
Did it?
So yeah, so I kind of listened to a little bit of that. Up all night, something, something all day, slaughter, slaughter, and I like my kitty cat sways in its tail, is in the wind, and I have a kitty cat. Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Something like that. This went a lot better than I thought it was going to be. All right, so look forward to next week when Brian sends me a song from a band called Turducken that nobody's ever heard of, and we're going to try to analyze more music. But Brian,
got some tasty jams, man.
It was good to see you, man. I know you're about to lose your mind in what is going to be known across the country as March Madness, and I hope you don't lose your bathrobe and that you show up in the next episode naked because some hitman came over and stole the bathrobe.
You're gonna see me with gold teeth in the next episode. Rate this is going.
Well, I wish you luck, man. I don't want to see you get hurt. I love you, Brian. Your music.
I love you too. Your music.